Carroll bringing it forward. Thompson's making the run. Carroll hangs on to it though. Still Davy Carroll. Could go all the way here. Oh, what a goal!
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Ringing the Blues, the official Wycombe Wanderers podcast in partnership with Virgin Media. No Wycombe Wanderers match this week, so we're going to take the chance to recap on some playlist picks from earlier in the season. We'll hear from Caleb Taylor, David Wheeler and Alex Hartridge. But first, there was some games in League One this weekend, so let's head to Mexico City for the full Liga Juan results with Uri.
We are ringing the blues from Mexico City. It's me, Uri, and here are the results of a very bleak League One. Because of the FIFA date, we only had 4 games. So, Blackpool 0, Northampton Town 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Crawley Town 0, Cambridge United 1, Barnsley 1, Stockport County 1, Wrexham 0. So only 3 goals in 4 matches, and a fun fact, all the goals in League One this weekend were scored in the first half. So Chairboys Spanish this week, first half goals. How do we say first? Primera. First, primera. How do we say half? Mitad, like medium. Half, mitad. So, first half goals, goles de la primera mitad. That's so easy to say. Goles de la primera mitad. First half goals. That's it for this weekend. And back to England with mi amigo Filiberto Cachapollos. Adios.
Cheers, Uri. A great set of results for the Chairboys. Right then, Alex Hartridge joined us for playlist picks a few months ago, and we recorded it at the Players Sponsors event. Here's the first of our playlist picks catch-ups. Alex, welcome to Pre-Match Drills.
Thank you.
Well, is music key to your life?
Yeah, I think everyone would say that. Yeah, it's fine that it's always on. In the kitchen, in the car. I think, fine it's not. It's a bit of a background thing until you realise what it's like to just sit down and listen to it. But definitely. I
remember the day I met you. You came in for your signings here at Adams Park. It was also the day that the reversible bucket hats arrived at Adams Park. You were very keen to get your hands on one of those. To me, it's a festival classic. Are you a live music, a festival guy too?
I wouldn't say so. I've not been to many festivals. Been to a few down locally in the southwest, but no big ones. Glasgow's still on the list though.
Okay, maybe for later in life.
Definitely.
Yeah, but you've got your bucket hat ready for that, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
Green or blue?
Selection actually.
Oh really?
I've got one from my girlfriend's old job. They've given us some bucket hats.
There we are. Wycombe Wanderers are trend-setting. That's excellent.
Yeah.
What's your first song?
My first song is Room 94. Tonight.
There we are. You've never heard this song, have you?
Not yet. By the time this goes out,
you would have.
It'll be my favourite song.
And this is the great thing about Wycombe Wanderers, because we're here recording this on Sponsors Day, and your sponsors made you say this song, so hopefully it's good.
Yeah, well, it's a song that means a lot to my sponsor. Anything I can do to get it played here. And it's the start of a friendship that's outlasted the band. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
It must be a good song.
It's Wycombe. We talk about clubs at this level, but being able to meet and form relationships with fans, become friends with your sponsors, etc. fans of Premier League teams are missing out on this, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think they probably don't have time in their schedule to do this. And the stadium's so big that they can't pick them out. As both my sponsors sit, one in the top tier and one in the bottom tier, right next to each other, so I can give them a wave without having to look around too much.
Amazing. Right, introduce your first song.
This is. Do you want to come and do it? Yeah, I need auto cue.
Just hold that up, Alex.
There we go.
This is Tonight by Room 94.
A great start, and the choice of your sponsor, I think it was very selfless of you to use one of your 3 songs to put one of your sponsors' songs on there. That's fantastic.
Yeah, either that or I'm just trying to avoid revealing myself too much.
It could be that too. What is song number 2 for you?
Song number 2, Earth, Wind and Fire, September.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, for a couple of reasons. I think it's that and Boogie Wonderland are the songs that if I put on in the morning, somehow lift my mood and give me energy. And then September's in one of my favourite films, Untouchables.
Okay. I was going to ask you where you got this song, because obviously now, when I was a kid, you had the bands that you liked because they were sort of in the charts, whatever, and then you do anything to be different from your parents. Whereas now everyone is discovering music from all sorts of periods. So you heard this in a film?
Yeah, I think probably it's the first time, which is weird because there's not much of that. It's the only song, like upbeat song in the whole film. But yeah, it's brilliant. We were talking about it. I was actually talking about it with my sponsors about songs or music taste of your parents that you then come back around, back around to liking after trying to stay away from it.
So the 21st night of September, we'd have just played Cambridge United. So hopefully we will be remembering this.
Oh, we will be playing September in September. Yeah.
We're always topical here.
Brilliant.
In fact, on Ringing the Blues, it used to be the sound bed for when we won, when I used to put it underneath the goals.
Yeah.
So it's a great song. It's a very good choice.
I knew that. I'd done my research.
Introduce your next song before you tell me any more lies.
This is September by Earth, Wind and Fire.
Great record, and that came out in the 70s, I think. So that's good musical breadth. So your third and final choice, Alex.
Third choice, I'm going to go for Bruce Springsteen. Dancing in the Dark.
The Boss. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one for my family really. My mum and dad went and saw Bruce probably a month ago now at
Wembley. Yeah.
After not seeing him before, but being big fans, I think that's the song that my mum used to listen to, getting ready for a night out. So.
Wow.
Yeah, but then not really a song that was played at home, but I mean everyone knows it and hears it, and then kind of bond over it after that, after already liking the song.
Common theme in this feature is family, and it sounds like you're no exception to that. Family core to what you do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and a big thing about moving here was leaving them and being far away from them. But yeah, luckily for the first part of this season, it's not really changed how much I've seen them. Being 40 minutes up the road and being a few hours up the road, they've had reasons to come up for games, and I've had reasons to go back. So,
and it also means if they get a ticket for Wembley for a gig, then they've got somewhere to stay.
Exactly. Yeah, that was the first question my dad asked when we were looking for somewhere to live. It was, is it a 2-bed?
Yeah.
And it is, but we haven't got a bed yet. So.
Okay. 20 minutes from Wembley as well on the train from Wycombe, so that's excellent.
Yeah. No, that was key to the decision.
Well, introduce your final song for us, please, Alex.
This is Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen.
Alex, it's been a real pleasure to find your musical choices and also find out a bit more about you as well. Any gigs at Wembley that your mum and dad are coming up to that you've got to get your room ready for now?
No, I think we'll get told when they're booked.
Well, hopefully it'll be Wycombe Wanderers at Wembley. They can come and stay. That'll be the dream.
Followed on by a gig.
Yes. Okay. Alex, top stuff, mate.
Nice. Thank you.
There's been a rumour that there's a new lightning fast player in town, and I can confirm these rumours are correct. Virgin Media is here and is guaranteed to be a crowd pleaser. If you're tired of your broadband giving you the blues every time you want to do something, fear not. Virgin Media are right here in Wycombe and have brought their lightning fast full fibre to the area to keep you entertained in between matches. Tuck into as many live sporting events, movies, games and tunes as your heart desires. Not forgetting our podcast with unlimited downloads on Virgin Media's intelligent Wi-Fi. All delivered at the speeds you need to keep the whole house happy. And the best part is, you don't need to wait until the next transfer window to make Virgin Media your favourite signing of the season. Find out more at virginmedia.com or drop into your local O2 store. New customers only, eligible Virgin Fibre areas only, subject to survey, network capacity and credit check. Great to hear from Alex Hartridge. Somehow David Wheeler had evaded our clutches for playlist picks, but we caught up with him the other week at Harlington to get his musical choices. Wheels, how are you?
Yeah, good. Good to be here.
Good. Well, it's good to see you back out on the pitch as well after you've been missing at the start of the season.
Yeah.
So that's good that you're back out there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, it's very frustrating when I did like the whole of pre-season, all the stuff that no one really wants to do, and then 3 days before like have a freak injury, and then it was really nice to be back out there and be involved in the go, setting up a goal and stuff. So
fantastic. And music, is it a big part of your life?
Yeah, it certainly was like a huge part of my early life. My dad was always playing music as a kid, and when I was in college I used to go out to gigs like all the time, and like early in uni I used to go to festivals and stuff. So.
And you've got young kids, haven't you? So I'm presuming maybe their choices are now dominating your streaming platforms.
Yeah, it's pretty upsetting, really. I think I last like 5 or 10 minutes in the car until I had enough of the whining, and I end up just putting on, Cocomelon or Disney tunes or something. And I'm just like, oh. But yeah, like Wheels on the Bus has got probably on the top of my Spotify at the minute.
Is that because you like it, obviously?
Yeah.
Kids are like, again, Dad.
Yeah.
So we'll wait and see what is in the three. What's the first song?
So the first song is Balls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine.
Wow. Okay, this is a bold choice. Why are we going down this route?
So I'm going to probably jump around a little bit, but to be honest, it was back when I was in school and in college. Like I've always been into like all sorts of music, like all the way through, but sort of heavy metal music I was never really that into, or like hard rock music was never really that into. And then I went to Reading Festival when I was about 18 or 19, and Rage Against the Machine headlined one of the nights, and I was just like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be into this at all. And then I went, and it's still probably the best gig I've ever been to. It maybe I've been to a Fleetwood Mac gig, which was amazing, Bruce Springsteen, but it was just incredible, like the energy, the atmosphere, and ever since that, I've loved the music as well.
Amazing. And also, I remember that Rage going back to number one many years after the song was first released. We're not going to mention the title of the song, it's Family Show, but there was like a protest movement to stop X Factor getting Christmas number one, and they did it. So it was that kind of rising of the people and against the machine, the name comes into play as well. That's kind of almost your ideals in life a little bit as well.
100%, yeah. And funnily enough, you just mentioned that, because I ended up going to the gig that they put on after getting to number one in Finsbury Park. They put on a free gig, and I got a ticket to that gig as well. So I went. I've seen them twice, and so I went to that gig as well. And yeah, it was. And like you say, it's just like literally Rage Against the Machine. It's kind of just not conforming if you don't believe in what's going on.
Amazing, because you're quite a mild-mannered guy off the pitch, and I wouldn't have thought a heavy metal band David Wheeler. This is why this feature is so good. Yeah,
and I mean, to be honest, I kind of, even going into those environments where it's just like really busy and like you can be really like squashed tight in a crowd, that's like, I feel like quite a bit of anxiety like thinking about it sometimes. But I was in, like the middle of like mosh pits and stuff during that gig, and it was like crazy, but it was so good at the same time.
Well, I've seen some of those 6-yard boxes at corners at Adams Park, so they're kind of similar sometimes.
Yeah.
Wheels, introduce your first song for us.
Okay, so this is Bulls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine.
Right, that's a very strong start, Wheels. What's the second song?
So this is a complete change of pace. So I'm going for Fast Car by Tracy Chapman.
Oh, good song though.
Yeah, and it's one that I never really tire of. And I never really, I can always put on that album specifically and just play it back to front and never get bored of it. But a big reason, it just brings back memories for me when I was down in like playing for Exeter, and I'd often spend weekends going to Dartmoor, or I'd go to like a beach in Cornwall, and just like driving in sort of like spring summer months. And that's what the song reminds me of a lot of the time.
Okay, so yeah, on the car. So you're a music man in the car then, because some of our fans might think, oh, you might be a sort of a news radio kind of talk.
I definitely am as well. Yeah, definitely in sort of more recent years for sure. Like I've kind of pivoted more. I mean, podcasts have blown up in the last 10 years or so, and listening to James O'Brien, for example, on LBC, like getting my current affairs, and music's taken a little bit of a backseat. Like, because I think I was a bit of a fanatic when I was in college. I was kind of always looking out for the next album. Like I was getting NME did like the top 50 albums of the year, and I was like, I've got to get at least 30 of these and like study like why they're good. And then I was like really geeking out about it, making sure I went to at least one festival every summer. But it's still nice to sort of, when I listen back to some of that music, I'm like, it takes me back.
And this is more of a calming song as well. So I guess for driving as well and contemplating times, then this is the sort of music that you're in the car listening to, right? Yeah,
definitely. And it might be nice to calm down from the Rage Against the Machine. And
I was going to say, I listen to LBC, I need to calm down after that.
Yeah, exactly. Nice little contrast. Yeah.
Right, introduce your second song for us.
Okay, this is Fast Car by Tracy Chapman.
First two songs, really different, both excellent. I've got no idea where the third and final choice is going to go. What's it to be?
So the last choice is going to be Right Here, Right Now by Fatboy Slim. And that is largely because I was thinking I want some, because football's such a big part of my life, I want one of the songs to be football related. And that song really for me was that it kind of came out around the time that I started going to watch live games.
Yeah.
And my nan used to take me to go and watch Wimbledon at Selhurst Park when they were in the Premier League. And I just remember the feeling it gave me when, I was sat in the ground in the build up to the game, and the ground was getting more and more full. And then this song, which is like an absolute anthem, would come on, and I just got so excited and buzzed for the game. And that's whenever that song comes on, it's kind of like a bit like Beautiful Day by U2. It's just one of those iconic football songs where all the best things about football and being a footballer and enjoying football is encapsulated for me in that song. That's
you as a young fan. Have you taken that into being a player as well? Is there any music that you use sort of before a game?
I definitely have done. Not so much recently. I think, in the past when I feel like, I needed to be either calm down or zone in on a game, I have used music. And I still occasionally do it, but I'm quite a good routine now where I know when I need to be relaxed and when I need to start, getting focused on the game. And I don't necessarily use it as much as I used to. But it's still a good tool to use at times, yeah.
One of the things that's always fascinated me about the group at Wycombe Wanderers is the full range of characters and backgrounds, etc. And we can all hear the music if we're at Adams Park on a match day or the away days. We can hear what's blasting out. It's really eclectic. How's that playlist put together? And how do you have to then tolerate other people's choices, or there's bits where you think, oh yeah, this guy's on, I like this is good?
Well, the thing is, it changes every year, to be honest, because obviously players change, and people come in and out, and people might be suspended one game, someone else comes on it, and then we win and they stay on it, or everyone really likes it and then it just stays. And it's relatively fluid how it happens. It's not really, because like Lukey's playlist, for example, is like wildly different to, well, most other people's, but like, but then you'd have like Voxie's music, and then we had Kane last year. His music's very different. So yeah, I mean, the year we got to the playoff final against Sunderland, we had, you know, like everything from like, you know, hip hop to Rattling Bog, like which was obviously Daryl's choice. Made us, but then it became a thing, and then everyone was just like, you know, singing and dancing along to it, like at Wembley before the game. So
one of the things I've always wanted to ask players now is, you know, if you lose a game at Adams Park, and the dressing rooms are always fairly close to each other, whichever stadium you're at, the winning team afterwards have got their music blaring out and you can hear it seeping through the wall. How does that feel if you've lost a game and you think you can hear the other dressing room thinking, oh man, that could have been us? Yeah,
it's obviously not nice, because it kind of hammers home that you've lost, but it can also sometimes be a good thing, because you remember how teams behaved when they beat you, and then it gives you that extra little bit when you go and play them again.
Yeah, that's the beauty, I guess. You've always got to do them again.
Well, exactly, and even if you have to wait the following year, you know, like, remember what they did to us last year, like, let's go, sort of thing. So, yeah, like, it's obviously not nice, but it can be a good thing as well.
Well, there we go. Wheels, introduce your final song.
Yes, this is Right Here, Right Now by Fatboy Slim.
There we go. 3 songs I definitely wouldn't have picked out, but that's why we love this feature. Will, it's been fascinating to get your insight into your life and your musical choices.
Nice one. Cheers, mate.
Top man. Caleb Taylor has been a hit on the pitch since joining on loan from West Bromwich Albion, and it was great to have a chat with him about music. Here we go. All good, mate, all good. Are you a man of music?
Yeah, I kind of am, because I'm in the car so much at the minute. I'm playing a lot of music. I'm just trying not to get bored of the same things, so I'm trying to try out new stuff.
Spotify, get it on rotate, Spotify, or just random?
Spotify, and then I've been listening to the radio a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got to that point where I've had to turn on my radio now, so...
Dan Udo listens to Smooth FM and Magic FM exclusively. Do you do that, or have you got alternative stations?
No, I definitely don't do that. That's not really me. I've been in the car with him when he's had that, and it's not fun. But no, I like listening to like Talk Sport. I know it's not music. Radio one if I'm ever bored.
Good stuff. Right, what's your first choice?
First choice is Sam Fender, 17 Going Under.
Great choice.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Why this one?
Well, this is my mum's favourite song. She's a big Geordie. My mum and dad are from Newcastle, so they're massive Geordies, and she just loves Sam Fender. And anytime she gets to pick a song, that's what she puts on. So, yeah, that's the first one. It's
a Wanderers TV favourite as well. But yeah, I love. There's a great clip of him on BBC Breakfast, I think, after Newcastle. Something great had happened to Newcastle United, and he was on there. He lives and breathes being a Geordie, doesn't he?
He does. And I think my mum and dad went to he did a concert in St James's Park. And it was mental, apparently. The atmosphere was just crazy. It was like a football game, apparently. Yeah. Because everyone loves him up there.
Would you go to concerts as well? Is that something you like to do?
Yeah, definitely. I like going to festivals and concerts and stuff. I don't go to as much as I want to, but but I went to the Isle of Wight festival in the summer. I want to go to a Coldplay concert. Just do all that sort of stuff.
Good stuff. Right, look down the camera. Introduce your first song for us.
Sam Fender, 17 Going Under.
That's a great start, Caleb. We love that song. Song 2, what is it?
It's a bit different. I'm going to go Views by Drake.
Oh, I thought Drake would be used a lot by footballers, and I think this is the first inclusion on playlist picks, so well done.
Yeah, thank you. To be fair, it probably is like a common song. Not a common song, but it's not out there. So yeah, it's a good game. It's a good song for me. Like if I'm in the car going to a game, I'll listen to that to get me, hyped up, or in the mood to go and play a football game.
Is this getting the game face on? You hear that, and straight away you're like, right, business time.
Yeah, definitely. No, it does get me going a bit. So it's a good one.
And being a footballer, we often say this: footballers, you talk to them at training or after games, whatever, are very different to the person that crosses the white line. Are you like that too?
I wouldn't say I am, to be fair. I like to be calm before a game. I don't want to be too over-aroused or too emotional, because I don't want to make any, especially as a defender, you just got to be calm. Yeah. So I definitely try and calm down and go into the game just relaxed, composed, Maybe a bit of adrenaline going, like have maybe a Red Bull or some energy just so I'm there, but yeah, not too much.
Are you a creature of habit? Have you got your set routine?
Yeah, I definitely do. From the day before, probably like the Friday, it's very similar. I mean, I'm not like a perfectionist where it has to be the same everything, but I do try and focus on like the details and do the same stuff week in, week out.
Good stuff. Right, second song, Down the Camera. Tell us what it is.
Views by Drake.
On to your final choice already, Caleb. This is flying by. What's the final choice?
Final one's Radiohead. Jigsaw Falling Into Place.
Why this song?
Well, it's to be fair, I only started listening to a bit of Radiohead like this year. I'd never heard of it before, and when I listen to it, it's a bit different. You know, it's not the same as everything, but I do like to, you know, try different genres. But it's a really good song, and it reminds me of my summer. Because yeah, I used it to make a video about Bali because I went to Bali on holiday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, how was Bali? What did you do?
I went with my girlfriend for like 3 and a bit weeks because obviously I don't get the chance to travel. And all my friends, both my brothers have gone travelling. All my brothers about to go travelling to Australia. One of them's just come back. They tell me how amazing it is. All my friends have gone, like all Southeast Asia and all around there. So I'm not jealous because I love what I do now, but I do think I'd like to go travelling. But instead, the next best thing is in the summer, go away for like 3 or 4 weeks in one of these areas and not like travel, like kind of do hotels and stuff, but definitely experience that kind of life.
But it's a long, hard season as well, so there's the other side of it about that rest and recuperation as well, and having the sun on your skin, and 3 or 4 weeks is still a good chunk of time to really switch off and repair, right? Yeah,
definitely. Like the season's so long, like it's just one big chunk of a year, and then you only get like a month or 6 weeks, which is a lot of time, but you have to wait so long till that time, you just can't wait to go away. And then like in Bali, the weather's just amazing, it's so sunny and hot, you know, I love the sun. And yeah, it was amazing to see all like this just different places, and like it's a very cool place to go.
So this song then, so I reckon in January when it's really dark and miserable and you're in your car, you can whack that on and all of a sudden you can go, right, I'm back in Bali. Yeah,
no, it definitely does that. Especially because I used it for like the video about the trip. So anytime I hear it, I'm just like, lying on a sunbed on like this magical beach somewhere in Bali. So it definitely reminds me of that.
We've got to ask you about some of your car shares, because I know some of the boys share cars. You have to share your car with Luke Leahy sometimes.
Yeah, unfortunately I do.
How's that?
Actually, I've only done it once, because I've just obviously gone into the car school.
Okay.
And he doesn't like to do it a lot. Like, it's a bit strange, do you know what I mean? Everyone should take their turns, but he sometimes gets out of it.
What's he like to be, I mean, car sharing, you're in a small space with someone for 2-3 hours. Luke Lee, I'm not sure if he'd be top of my list for that.
No, I can't hammer it. He's a really good character, you know. I really get on with him.
We love you really, Luke.
I know. To be fair, like his car, Sham's car, and Dan's car is all big 4x4s.
Okay.
So there's a lot of room in them ones. But my car is like a smaller car, not 4x4. So today they were coming in and I looking behind me, I'm squished, I'm literally, my knees are up to my steering wheel. Sham's next to me, he's 6'5", literally packed in the corner of them, so we're literally like packed in. I'm like, I don't even know why I'm using my car, like you should just be going in yours.
Good chat though?
On the way, I don't know, we're tired on the way there and tired on the way back, so there's not a lot of chat sometimes, we just sometimes go to sleep or just having a rest, but it's good.
Good stuff, right. Third choice, look down the camera and tell us what it is.
Radiohead, Jigsaw Falling Into Place.
Caleb, this has been fantastic, getting to know you a bit more, and it's been great seeing you out on the pitch as well, and good luck this weekend.
Right, thank you very much.
Top stuff, mate. That's it for this episode of Ringing the Blues in partnership with Virgin Media. We'll be back next week with news of our trip to take on Lincoln City at Sincil Bank. In the meantime, come on you Blues.